Hi everybody, thank you for coming to learn a little bit more about Remerly. I just want to start by saying that having a great community of agents to help you in real estate is a total game changer. It was for me. I know that most of us, part of the appeal of being a real estate agent is that we get to have our own schedule and be our own boss, but quickly we realize that we are subject to the whims of our clients. And whenever it's good for them is when it needs to be good for us as well. And that's okay most of the time, but sometimes that can be challenging. And to have a whole network of people that are there to help you is just relieving and wonderful, and it makes life so much better. So how it started was I actually had this amazing community, but it was in a different career of mine. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had small children. I had a family that all lived 3,000 miles away, and a husband that worked all the time. And so I felt pretty isolated in my life at that time. I did have friends. I had wonderful friends. And luckily, one of those friends signed us all up for a program called the Babysitting Co-op at the time. And that program was a trading of babysitting services. So we're all home, so it was genius. We just switched tokens. It was one token per child per hour. And we swapped those back and forth, and we had free babysitting with the best babysitters. It was already the kids' friends and all of that stuff. So it was just a really, really wonderful thing. All of a sudden, I had this community of people around me that were there to help me, and it really changed my life. And so I really wanted to bring that to real estate because I saw how amazing it was to have that community, and I just really, really wanted to have that for myself in real estate. And I thought, if I want to have it, probably other people would too. So I hope that I can kind of give you a clearer idea of the type of community that you can have with Remerly and why I think that you'll really love it. So there are three key features that make Remerly special. It's kind of an emotional thing, a lot of it. So it's something that you can't really completely understand right away, but once you do, it just changes everything. Okay, so the first feature is that it is a group of people that you already know and trust. Um, and that is huge. Of course, you don't want to have people who you don't know and trust in front of your clients. God forbid, when you're just paying somebody off of Facebook, who knows who they are, who knows if they're going to be professional. It works out most of the time, but I mean, God forbid someone tries to steal your clients or something like that. So I think, one of the things that people want to make sure of is that they know the person that's going to be getting in front of their client and helping them with their business. And with Remerly, you're always in control of your own network, and I think that's a really important feature. So number two, this is something that people don't always think about, but if you can think back to a time that you needed a favor, you probably felt a little bit guilty about needing to ask for that favor. Typically, I think most human beings do not want to ask for favors for things that they absolutely cannot do on their own. So if I absolutely can't be there, I will ask for a favor, right? But if I can, I'm not going to ask. And when I do ask, even when I absolutely can't be there, I still feel kind of bad doing it. I feel like I'm putting out my friend, and it's just not really a great feeling. So the amazing thing about Remerly is that guilt is taken away because we are all here to do the same thing. So every time that we give help, we are banking that tokens, they're called Remys, into our account, and then we can ask for help with those Remys afterwards. And so we're all here to do the same things, and it just feels so much better. You don't have to feel guilty, and you can actually ask for things that you don't absolutely have to have. And one of a great example that I love is you can ask for an administrative assistant while you're showing houses. So, if I'm showing a bunch of houses, I love to have an administrative assistant at home helping me out. And what that looks like is I'll have them comp out the house that the buyers are interested in. If it's one or two, as soon as they show interest, I'll say, hey, can you comp this out for me? And then I'll have that information for my buyers. If they want to go ahead and write an offer, I can have them contact the listing agent, find out what the deal is, and even start writing the offer for me. And that is just so huge. I can't tell you how many times, I'm sure you have to, where you're out all day long and then you come home and then taking all this time to write up an offer to send out while you're trying to cook dinner or whatever. This is just like so great. And you know how it is too when you're out with people. You're opening doors, you're trying to drive. A lot of times buyers want to add showings onto your tour. And then you have to, schedule those and find those out. All of those things you can pass on to your administrative assistant at home and give the best service ever to your clients. And, really anything you can think of like that, you can use Remerly for. And I think that is like very cool. Another thing that you probably wouldn't ask for without this type of system is if you have to drive maybe 45 minutes to an hour to show one house or to go into a listing just to do something quick, that would take you 2+ hours to do something like that. If you have somebody in your network, which strategically having a network is great around the valley, right? So you have somebody in your network that's nearby, you could ask them for help and that would take them 15 minutes versus you taking 2.5 hours. So now we're gaining time that we wouldn't have had, and things like that. So it's just such a great thing. So number 3, the pressure. So the other side of the guilt is when somebody asks me, it's the pressure. So, I really want to help my friend out when they need help. And especially when I know that they've helped me like however many times before, finally they're asking for help back. And, it might be like a really bad day for me. Like I can make it work if I move stuff around, but I'm super busy, but I'm going to try to make it work and do that for my friend. With Remerly, because it's a network and most of the time you're going to be one of many people that are asked for help, you can help on the days that are best for you. So you know how it is in real estate. Sometimes you have super busy days and weeks, and other times are a little bit slower maybe. I know that is like that for me. And it's during those times that it's the most convenient to help and to bank your remis. So you don't have that direct pressure of needing to help your friend that one time that they finally ask you back. It's nice when it's spread out to a network, and it's like more likely that it will be convenient for somebody to do that. So that really helps too. I really appreciate that about the system as well. So the service and potential that can be provided when you have a team of people that you handpick, you trust them to help you, is so profoundly comfortable. It's such a comfortable feeling, and even more comforting is knowing that your requests and offers for help are done without the guilt or pressure that is normally felt in a favor-based relationship.